Hello and welcome to Gardener Gone Wild, the best YouTube channel for random botanical nonsense and everything in between. So at the moment we are looking at a piece of Gothic architecture, one that is in the middle of a dam. Because of course, guess where we are? Zealandia, of course. And this is me, I don't need explaining. And there might be one thing you might be noticing about Zealandia today. There seems to be an absence of large bipedal mammals. Yes, a comparative shortage in comparison to recently. As you know, there's currently one big mammal looking at you right in this camera. Although, am I a mammal or an extraterrestrial being? Who knows? So, let's get this adventure started and let's get moving. So as we head up, we're here to see a revamped notice board. And yes, it says about fungi. And I swear, whenever I'm around here, this notice board always says something about fungi. Interesting. Anyway, we'll see if we can find any of these on our journeys. And we have the usual schedule of stuff that happens. And as usual, we're going to go completely beyond that and into the realms of the upper valley. So let's get moving! So as you see, we're on Lake Road right now. That's the lower reservoir that we were looking at earlier. And let's just keep moving. So it was a bit cloudy. The weather's a lot better than it has been. Definitely. Here we have a network of Pinus radiata, or Monterey pine roots, coming from a big specimen up above. And it appears to be the only thing that's holding that section of sandstone together. Grey wacky. Well, it's not terribly grey, so I don't think that rock formation is very wacky. So anyway, as we move along into the forest and into the birdsong gully, which is now open again. Basically, birdsong gully, it's not necessarily a place where you find a whole bunch of birds, but it sounds like there's actual birds nearby. But, oh, hello bird. Oh, Snope, goodbye bird. Bird, where are you? Pretty bird. See, briefly saw a bird, an actual bird. But here we can go and look at these little things like a kaka and press it. And now you hear a recording of a kaka. So as you can see, there's a speaker or an electronic bird over there. And the reason why they had this closed off last time we were here is because, well, too many people were pressing too many buttons. And obviously there's a bit of an overload for the system. So when you come here, don't press too many buttons. Just press the buttons you want to press. And anyway, as we move along and go to somewhere more interesting. So moving further along, we've got this little area that used to be Sirocco the kakapo's little habitat. And currently it's closed off. It looks like this fence was built and gate was built reasonably recently. Oh, hello Tui! As you can see, there's a tui, and it is feasting upon the berries of Cyprosma robusta, which is a Cyprosma. And I still don't know why it's called robusta. It's not exactly a very robust tree. But the tui is hoeing down into all those berries upon the tree. Woo! And off again. Where are you, Tui? Somewhere in these branches. I think I've got it on camera, not sure. Anyway, let's keep moving. This little path, it just takes you down and back up again, so we won't worry about that. Oh, I think I see some kiriru up ahead. Where's the kiriru? Let's have a look. I hear them. Oh, there's one just up ahead. Oh, I hear another one up there. Anyway, let's get close to this one here. Hello! And yes, you hear some shags in the distance, which you'll need to visit. Hello! This little kiriru appears to be feasting on the little buds of a tree lucerne. Whoops, there we go. And we see tree lucerne, which is obviously an introduced plant in this country. It's quite a useful plant. It's a legume, so it fixes nitrogen in the soil. And yeah, it's obviously very quick growing, often used on farms as a shelter belt, and obviously even its foliage can be grazed. Ooh, what do I hear? Oh, I hear all sorts of bird life. Okay, let's leave you in peace. Nibble on those nice tender tasty tips. Ooh, another kiriru. Hello, where are you? There we go. Hey! So yes, having good fun on this tree lucerne here. So we'll go and leave them to it. And let's see if there's anything down here. See if we can see some good shags, because we can certainly hear them. You can also hear the airport. So yet again, luckily you, viewer on YouTube, do not have smell-o-vision enabled on your device. Or at least, this video does not have smell-o-vision recorded on it. So you cannot smell the lovely smell of this lovely reservoir. Here we have some shags in their little nest. Adorable. They've suddenly gone all quiet. Wonder if I've disturbed them. So the boat's parked up there today. It's obviously not going. And that patch of dead reeds there, that's Raupo, which is our native bulrush, which is not endemic, it's just native to several places in Oceania, I believe. Typha orientalis is a precise species and Latin name if you wish to know. Oh, we have some tutu. I've never really spotted or observed tutu terribly much because I genuinely didn't know what I was looking for, but I believe this is what we're looking for. Yeah, it's the only thing. No, it can't be. No, that doesn't look right. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to look for. Like tutu is, but I don't know what it is. So we'll just leave that, shall we? And let's head into Takahe territory, making sure we close the gate. So in we go! And try not to frighten them with my bad voice application. Voice. Going on a Takahe hunt. Oh, there's a paradise shell duck. And there is a kakahe. Not Kakahe. When you mix a, oh, hello, there's 2 of them. So their little areas cordoned off to prevent people from hassling them. So that's definitely something we want to see. No, we don't want to see people hassling them. We want to see them having an area for themselves. That's what I mean. Anyway, so there they are, the takahe. Out in the grass where they can have a good nibble. We have a paradise duck. And Mr. Paradise Duck having a good nibble too. So we shall leave them to it. And we have a nice poro and a caution steep loose surface sign, all mixed together. Everyone's favourite lumps of iron, or steel. And we have that fence that is designed to prevent people from going and harassing takahe. And this tree, this little aki here, has a nice amount of lichen on its branches. And as you know, I like lichen. Beep, 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 and that's a fantail. Let's see. Do we go back up to Lake Road, or do we continue along this little walk here? I think we'll just continue along this little walk here. Now as you see, this is a bit of a wetland here, which we've been past before. And the key feature of wetlands is obviously wet. I really don't need to point this out on this channel, but I feel like I just have to sometimes. Oh, hello little birdie. So yeah, so what was I saying? Wetlands are wet. And obviously they have land in their names. So they're sort of a interesting mixture of wet and land. Obviously that includes wetland types such as bogs, marshes and fens, and various different variants of those types as well. And wetlands can be permanent or seasonal or ephemeral. So, oh hello! Wow, you don't often see saddlebacks down this way. Oh wow! Where do we get you on camera? Here we go, you're on camera now. Oops, oh, you're off camera. Hello! So saddlebacks aren't a terribly common bird, obviously. And this is the first time I've ever spotted saddlebacks, let alone a group of them in the lower valley. And that's mainly because, as I mentioned, there's a current absence of large mammals, aka humans. And that means that the forest has space to breathe, and it doesn't have these noisy things like me running along and crashing about and panicking any wildlife. As well as those people who don't appropriately restrain their children, and those children chase after ducklings and the like. So we never like that. Never chase after a bird. I might maybe stalk a bird, but that's only because for photos. And yes, I like to say I'm not a prevert. And yes, don't ask me what a prevert is. You might already know. So let's just warp along and head on to our next destination. One fun thing about Zealandia is all the artifacts you find about the place. Like this interesting sort of section of metal pipe or something like that. Just another example of this valley's rich history of gold mining and being a water reservoir and all of that good stuff. I think I might be taking it a bit easy today. I mean, if you look at map of Zealandia, we're obviously on that little orange thingamabob. We entered down here, and I'd like to get all the way up here today as I usually do, but we'll see. I mean, for some reason I don't feel like going too hard out blatty blat, but once I'm uphill I might feel like running downhill, because I can. So as you can see, I'm sitting on a bench. Hello! And I think I might change shoes. I mean, these running shoes here get a little bit slippery on the muddy places. So I'm going to switch into these running shoes here, which, well, I mean, they're not going to work on the road obviously with all this tread that will wear down, but they're going to be excellent going up to all the fun places we shall be soon. Hello little friend, how are you? You look very cute, don't you? Yeah? Off you go. Hey little friend. Ooh, I think we have... Hello! Goodbye. Whoops. Okay, you're a bit flighty. Hello. Thank you for being on my camera. Whoops. Thank you. And up the slope we go. The slope is fun to run down. Not so fun to go up. Here we are. And let's head off to our next destination. So remember what I was saying about artifacts. Here's a little factoid about a movable tower that was put on the slope above that helped move construction materials to build that awesome upper dam, which is just off that way. And that appears to be one of the wheels from it. And yeah, I guess that piece of history is really cool. As you see, I believe that's I think that's rail track actually, yeah. And that was because I used to have a light rail system going along here. Yes, I said it, light rail, a little tramway that yet again transported materials over to build the upper dam. And we have a cute little hut. And I just love this hut. Be cool to, like, you know, build something like this. Quite neat. I think the workmen might have lived in it. And there's a metallic circle on the ground. There's another piece of history over there that's really cool. Nah, definitely always love finding artifacts. And I think there might be another hut further along, I think, from what I remember running along here a wee while back. On the subject of that, let's get moving! Downhill! We love downhill! Oh, these shoes are good. That's a big tree fuchsia. Rock dam, we must do rock dam. Love the rock dam. Not even sure if it takes me the right way or not. Think it doesn't actually. Along we go. Whew. Done a bit of excavation work along here. Or maybe it just kind of eroded its way like this. And now, as you can see, the water can move down freely. Right. I think it's just up here. The rock dam. At least what remains of it. Here it is. A collection of moss and liverwort covered stones. They originally dammed the stream up above to provide water to mix in with the cement for building the upper dam. As I catch my breath and prepare to head back down again, because I can. So anyway, sayonara, Rock Dam, and let's get ready to party! And over we go! And duck under! And try not to overshoot the corner! And on towards the upper part of Zealandia. But let's use this viewpoint first. Viewpoint! I don't think we can see anything with this camera, so we continue along. See if we've got a view from here. No, not quite of the upper dam. I can see it, but I don't think it's showing up in the camera footage. Now you can hear running water. And this is one of the streams that feeds down to the dam. Comes from up there and makes its way through a plastic pipe all the way down there. So as you can see, we've left the upper dam behind and we're now on what is called the Faultline Track. And as you can see, where the water has eroded its path, there is the fault line. Down there, of course. This path doesn't exactly look like a fault line, but down there it does. And as you can see, another one of these amazing moss fern and lichen covered little wee waterfalls. Start to hear quite a few more birds now. And there's quite a lot of vegetation hugging the stream down there, which is nice. So soon we'll come to the point where the forest canopy gets lower and thinner and more light comes down to forest floor. But of course, we need to get over this ridge and down the path. And there's a little gap in the canopy there. Another gap. Up the slope. And there we have it. A bit further along and we shall be there. One thing I love is the amazing power of fern tree roots. As you can see, creates this really alien-like structure growing down from this tree, growing down from the bank, and sort of forming a fan, if you wish, of basically just intertwined and intertangled roots. Yet again, stems don't deserve all the glory, although with these supplejacks they certainly deserve quite a bit of glory. So anyway, you can see a whole drift of dead fern tree leaves back there, which of course is a pretty natural thing, and it just looks interesting. I love running down these banks. I don't think we're taking this path, but back down we go. Okay, I think Faultline continues along here. That takes us up to the eastern fire break. Pretty steep, it's a cool track, but want to continue along the Faultline here because it takes us quite nicely to the boundary, and then we might be able to loop along to the western fire break, or maybe Rain Gauge Spur Track, or continue along the perimeter to the turbine track where we can see the onga onga that famously grows by the track and apparently has recently been cut back, but onga onga always bushes back up nicely. Well, that's if it hasn't been eaten by too many red admiral caterpillars. Here we are. Artifact number 4. Another hut. So as you can see, this hut is quite a lot further along than the others. And sort of see how dramatically different the forest is now. Like, this little valley is widened out and we're right down by the stream on this path here. Got moss covered trees, supplejack covered trees. I heard a kaka and there's a lot of supplejack. In fact, I think those leaves there are actually the supplejack leaves, so shows you that that there's so much light in this little, you know, gap in the forest that the supplejack is actually able to branch up, and it doesn't need to do its usual continually intertwining up. Of course, I just show you some of the stuff that's already growing like that anyway. Got quite a nice stand of what are these trees again? Let's have a look. It's kind of hard to tell for light, really. We're pretty big anyway. And yeah, where were we going with this? This lovely continual just assortment of liverworts growing right by the stream here. And yeah, this path is quite nice and sort of gently rolling along here. It's really quiet. There are a few people further back, so I didn't film, you know, a few patches I didn't film further back because there are people about, and I don't want to worry about that. Just look at how when the inside of a tree decays, creates such an interesting form. Fascinating. The bank on this side's that side's quite steep, as I'm pointing out the obvious. So I like doing that on this channel, pointing out the obvious, and sometimes I point out the not so obvious. And here the streams come to a crossroads. The little stream goes that way, and this stream follows along this section of the fault line. And that's where we're following. We should probably speed this up, shouldn't we? Oh, hello bird. So the air is really nice and cool and damp, which I like. And here's another little bridge over the stream. And we've got choices! We always like choices. So here we are, not far from the top. Tui Glen or Rain Gauge? I think we'll take Rain Gauge Spur. It's not much further along. We just continue up this lovely track here. Yes, it is the arrow. It's quite interesting. Surveillance camera in use. Wonder where those are hiding. Be cool to find some. Like, what is this, like the Big Brother forest? Oh, the Big Brother forest. You're always being watched. So I know not to get up to any naughty things around here. Woo! The lovely and interesting forms of tree trunks. Isn't this nice? And another bridge. Another stream. Hi-ho, 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 away we go. La 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. Hi-ho, hi-ho, la 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 la. As you know, I can't sing on this channel. We like hearing my awesome singing, don't we? We also like seeing these interesting eroded banks here, which is potentially an indication of whether waters get up to and flood, or more realistically, it's just where they've cut away the earth to create this path here. But I like to imagine that it is where the stream goes to a flood, but in reality, it's this bank along here. But hey, I like to imagine my little fantasies, like somehow the stream did get up to here and erode these banks, but nope, it's just a track. Oh, it's good. Anyway, I think we should skip along to when we reach the next intersection. Oh, we didn't even need to go that far. But already the stream curves off that way. Things a lot more reasonably flattish. Flattish by Wellington standards. And that's, what track was I talking about before? Western Firebreak. This path goes the Eastern Firebreak, and this one continues up, Faultline Track. Just be a short distance, and then we'll be the start of the Rain Gauge Spur Track, which is quite nice. And there we have it. That takes us out to the Faultline Track, which if we just continue along briefly, we'll see the perimeter fence. Also see a decomposing stump. Here we have it. Grass and light. We're nearly at the edge of the reserve. Over the stream we go. This is all uphill. It's an uphill battle. As you see, I don't sound terribly fit today. Oh, hello, kaka. There's a kaka just up in the trees there. Hello. So 150 meters feels longer than it looks. So you see, that's the fault line. Continues along. We have light. We have table. And just in the distance, the not so distant distance, we have a perimeter. And we shall breathe. Look at the little poster reminding us of surveillance cameras and of this new little gate sign that is new, which is interesting. And here we are, near the top. We're not going to take the most direct route. We're going to head back down, then head up Rain Gauge Spur. But first I'm going to retire to that little table and take a brief break. Thank you for watching this instalment of Gardener Gone Wild. Thank you for watching me as I, well, came from the dam, that amazing piece of Gothic architecture, made my way up, and then eventually along the Faultline Track, and here I am, sitting on a seat, near the boundary, and my forehead is somewhat moist. So, thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe and like, and all those good things in life. And of course, continue watching, and stay tuned for the next part and installment, or installment part, or something like that. Thank you.